In the midst of our modern world, we are seldom alone. Our minds are constantly bombarded with information, thoughts, and distractions. But what if true solitude, being alone, could be the path to changing your life? Miyamoto Musashi, the legendary samurai, believed so. He spent most of his life in solitude, honing his craft and developing his philosophy. In his final work, Dokudo, or The Path of Walking Alone, Musashi left us with 21 precepts that guide a person towards a fulfilling life enriched by the power of solitude. Join us as we delve into Musashi's philosophy of solitude and discover how being alone can indeed change your life. Who was Musashi? Musashi's solitude wasn't about a monk-like existence away from society. It was about mental solitude, a self-imposed state of mind where the chatter of the external world was muted. The importance of solitude. Musashi's philosophy emphasized solitude not as a means to isolation, but as a path to self-discovery and self-improvement. He believed that solitude allowed him to sharpen his mind and body without distraction, honing his skills and understanding himself at a deeper level. In the silence and peace of solitude, he found clarity, freed from the influence and judgment of others. It was an opportunity for him to learn, grow, and come to terms with his own strengths and weaknesses, without the external noise that often clouds our judgment and self-perception. Musashi wrote, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." He urged people to turn their focus outward, to observe, learn, and understand the world around them while maintaining a humble sense of self. It's about removing ego and opening oneself to the vast knowledge the world has to offer. This humble self-awareness, coupled with a profound understanding of the world, forges a formidable path towards self-improvement and personal growth. But how can we apply these ancient teachings to our modern lives? Let's delve into practical ways to walk our own path of solitude. The lessons of Musashi's solitude. The lessons Musashi gleaned from solitude are not just applicable to the life of a samurai, but can be carried into our lives today, centuries later. He formulated these insights into the Dokudo, also known as the Path of Aloneness, or the Way to Go Forth Alone. A short work written a week before his death, one of the lessons Musashi teaches us is the value of self-reliance. He states in the Dokudo, "Not seek pleasure for its own sake." This is a reminder that fleeting happiness derived from external validation or material possessions does not lead to long-lasting fulfillment. Instead, Musashi urges us to find satisfaction within ourselves, in our actions, and in our personal growth. Another key point in the Dokudo is the principle of do not, under any circumstances, depend on a partial feeling. This urges us not to act impulsively based on transient emotions, but to carefully contemplate our actions and their consequences. Our decisions should be thoughtfully made, fully conscious, and independent of fleeting feelings or external influences. In another precept, he states, "Do not fear death." This is not a call to be reckless, but an encouragement to live fully and fearlessly, with the understanding that death is a part of life. It's a prompt to live each day as if it were your last, cherishing every moment and taking opportunities as they come. And lastly, he urges us to be detached from desire your whole life long. This teaches us to free ourselves from the constant yearning for more that often leads to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. It's about learning to be content with what we have while still striving for self-improvement. These are just a few of the principles Musashi left us in his Dokudo. They provide us with a roadmap for navigating life, highlighting the value of introspection, self-reliance, thoughtful decision-making, and detachment from the superfluous. Implementing Musashi's lessons in our interconnected world firstly, we can practice solitude by regularly taking time away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. This could be through daily periods of silence and solitude, be it through meditation, walks in nature, or simply sitting quietly in a room. During these times, allow yourself to think, reflect, and just be. Secondly, consider practicing digital detoxing. Setting aside designated times each day to disconnect from our devices can provide us with much-needed space for self-reflection and inner peace. It's a way of asserting our independence from the constant demands for our attention and creating space for solitude. Thirdly, solitude is about more than physical aloneness. It's also about mental and emotional aloneness. This means learning to detach ourselves from the need for approval, the urge to compare ourselves to others, and the desire to conform. It's about learning to stand firm in our beliefs and decisions, even if they go against the crowd. Lastly, make solitude a priority. Treat it as an essential part of your self-care routine, something non-negotiable. See it not as a luxury, but as a necessity for personal growth and self-understanding. The world may be different from Musashi's time, but the lessons he learned in solitude are timeless. By incorporating these principles into our lives, we can learn to not just be alone, but to thrive in aloneness, finding peace and fulfillment within ourselves. Embracing solitude, addressing the challenges. Embracing solitude isn't always easy. It often goes against our instincts for connection and social interaction. We can even fear solitude, associating it with loneliness, isolation, or rejection. And in our connected world, choosing solitude can feel counterintuitive, even counterproductive. Firstly, it's essential to differentiate between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is a state of emotional distress, a sense of being socially isolated or cut off. It's an unwanted state, a feeling of disconnection. Solitude, on the other hand, is being alone without feeling lonely. It's a positive and constructive state of engagement with oneself. Secondly, realize that solitude isn't an all-or-nothing concept. You don't have to retreat into a cave or live as a hermit to experience solitude. Instead, it's about finding balance. It's about incorporating periods of quiet, introspective, alone time into your daily life. Thirdly, remember that solitude requires intentionality. It's a conscious choice, a deliberate act. It's about making time for yourself, for your thoughts, and reflections. Lastly, embrace the discomfort that can come with solitude. This discomfort can be a sign of growth, a sign that you're challenging yourself, pushing your boundaries, and stepping out of your comfort zone. Conclusion. The journey through the life and teachings of Miyamoto Musashi is a powerful reminder of the significance of solitude in personal growth and self-realization. The path to self-mastery often requires walking alone. The journey may not be easy, but it is undoubtedly rewarding. And perhaps as Musashi did, you too will discover that being alone can indeed change your life. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel Inspire to Success for more philosophical explorations.